There we go.
All right, boys, we got the MR2 over here on the dyno. Our original plan was to go to Fuel Tech and we had an appointment, but with how close we are pushing it to World Cup, we're sacrificing a lot of time to make the 8-hour drive there and back, so a 16-hour round trip just to make it out to Fuel Tech. So this was probably the best option here, and it might end up being a better option because we are with Abe here, also known as Rated R, and he has tuned some of the fastest cars in the world. I mean, tunes the Natty racing car over at World Cup. They got some, you know, pro mods under the covers over here.
Yeah, Big Mac and Natty right there.
Yeah, Big Mac, and I mean, what's that? They're going for the fastest RB26 in that one, right?
They're going for the fastest RB over, and then they try to chase the overall import record. Let's see how that goes.
Yeah, it just went like a 577, you said, last week at OSW.
Yeah, we went 577, so still figure out some things out now, but it seems, I think we got the hard part figured out. So,
you know, he's used to dealing with pro mods, but today he's letting us use the dyno for our MR2 here, but he also tunes a lot of imports, a lot of Hondas, a lot of all-wheel drive guys. He is here to make sure we hopefully don't blow this thing up today, but he's only 30 minutes away from us, and he just got this hub dyno. He just got this shop over here, and we got her hooked up, ready to go. Got the exhaust welded up for this dyno session until the other components come in. We just got a fresh set of plugs in here because we are going to be pulling these spark plugs out just to read the plugs, make sure that our fueling is looking good. And we got this first pool set at 32 pounds, and we also got a new intake air temperature sensor installed, a high temp one, because we're going to be seeing a lot higher intake temps without that little intercooler on there anymore. We do have the nitrous on here as well. If we choose to play with that or not, I don't know, but it is there. And I think that's about it. We got the gear ratios plugged in.
Yeah, we got everything plugged in, and then it's just a matter of learn. I'm pretty sure you guys got to figure it out how it's ran before. It's just to learn how it likes to run without intercooler now, and trying to find the balance where you make the most power without hurting anything.
Yeah. So yeah, so it's gonna be good to have Abe here. The tune should be pretty close, you know, but he can definitely look over our shoulder and just make sure that anything's not too crazy or anything's getting, you know, too hot or too sketchy. And I'm going to be driving, right?
Yeah.
So I fit in the car the best. I got my suit. Yep. I'm just gonna suit up to be safe.
Yep.
And he's gonna run me through how to make some pulls on the dyno.
And it's pretty simple, you know. You just once you get it rolling, you put it on 4-speed.
Yeah, I've done it on a chassis dyno a couple times, but this is my first time on a hub dyno.
Yeah. It's just once you get the feelings, because it's kind of tricky because you don't feel like the car moving, and it's still, you know, you still got to move the retarder, so you just dump the clutch, you like, stall the car, so it's like you don't know where it's moving. And usually on the front wheel drive car it's a lot easier because I'm, at least for me, since I'm inside, I just peep by the door and see when the retarder is moving. I was like, I go, but in the rear wheel drive
it's behind us.
Yeah, but pretty much I'm gonna just show you on the screen where you can see where the RPM start converting, so you can see the car is moving, so you go easy on the clutch, and then once you're in your gear, you step on it. And
is there a start RPM I need to be at?
Yeah, we're gonna start like about, I'm assuming you guys don't leave anywhere lower than 6,000 RPMs, you know? So we're gonna hold it there so we can build a little bit of boost and leave with boost from there, you know?
So it'll load it up at 6,000?
Yeah, it'll load it up at 6,000, and then we let it go once it's like around 10 pounds of boost.
Okay, will you be kind of like up there, maybe kind of?
Yeah, I'm gonna be...
Give me a thumbs up, floor it.
Yeah. Well, once you floor is gonna be more on me. I'm gonna check on your plumbing, because we might try to just set it up with a map sensor where it's just floated. Once you see a certain amount of boost, it just starts to run by itself.
Okay.
It's a little bit better just for, you know, once we got some of the stuff ironed out for like back-to-back operation on runs, you know, starting at the same boost, same power level, you know, it helps you pinpoint like timing or airfield, help the spool or whatever, you know.
Okay.
But sometimes you just start the run at 5 pounds and then you start the other one at 15 pounds, like the graph look a lot different.
Yeah, you know? I get it.
So the good thing about this hub dyno is like a lot of things I see with the roller dyno is like you start rolling them and they don't come into boost past 7,500 RPM because you're rolling them, and we don't leave with no boost. You know, usually when you're at 6,000 RPM and the car does a little drop or whatever, that's an area that you want to have down pack on boost. So it helps a lot with that. Cool. So we want to do it like that, and then we set it up with a map sensor once we got the tune close, and we'll go from there.
All right. Well, guess there's nothing left to do but suit up, do a pull, see what happens.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
All right, dude, moment of truth. You ready for this?
We're all suited up. You never know when you're working with methanol. We're doing it how they do it at Fuel Tech. Fire suppression systems armed.
Parachutes armed. Just in case, you never know.
Yeah, I'll arm them right now. Parachutes in case we fly away. But we're gonna go ahead, fire it up, let it warm up, and do our first pull here at 32 pounds. We also did pull a good amount of timing out, so everything should be nice and safe.
You're crying. I saw when I peaked, I was like 55. We got methanol in the air, boys. Oh.
Everybody evacuate.
Oh. First pull, 788.
Nice. Or no? What is this? Why isn't that us?
Wait, how much did we make? Did we make 780 or 1300? That's a pretty important question.
What did we make?
788 or is the peak the 1300?
No.
Which one did
Let
we
me
make?
see. What the heck is this?
I think we made the
this
7.
It's 788.
Yeah, I was like, there's no way that was 1300.
I was like, oh, didn't sound that rowdy.
That's pretty cool though. So I just floor it and the dyno, it's the same thing as fuel tech, but it's kind of cool driving it. It just gets up to an RPM, it loads it up, and then when the dyno sees a boost number, it releases, so it takes off from the same point every time and with some power.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So you can see it build up right here and then release.
Let go and let it ride.
Felt smooth in the car.
Nice. Take a look at the log, see what it did.
Yep.
Okay, now I know it was rich for sure. I look at it, it was like in the 50s though.
Well, our eyes are telling us it was pretty rich.
Yeah.
All right, we got a fan cooling her off right now. We got the log pulled up. Everything is looking pretty good. Abe did get the manifold pressure reading on the dyno as well. It was right about, what, 31 pounds?
Yeah, we got to make a little bit of adjustments. It kind of fluctuated early on, but held right about 31, so pretty solid. It was stupid rich. So we have it set up right now to where it won't compensate by pulling any fuel, and our base map was just super fat, so that's why we were all in here crying. So
yeah, it was a lot of methanol in the air.
Yeah, we've got to pull probably 30% of the fuel out of the map up there, or at least at this point. Otherwise, looked great. So we're going to look at the log a little bit more, verify oil pressure, temperatures, all that stuff. But pretty solid first run.
Do you have the IAT on there? That's the thing people want to know about without this intercooler.
Yeah. Air temperature, 137 degrees.
137. I mean,
well, at the end of the pass, 150.
150 by the end.
Yeah,
you also got it.
there, but-
Yeah, you got to keep in mind that's just a quick single gear. As I'm on 2-step, as I'm running 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, by the end of the run, it's gonna get much hotter.
Yeah, that was a 6-second pull, so it's gonna get hot.
That was a 6-second run. Hey, we only had to go for one more second.
I mean, we're also at half the boost we'll be running.
Yeah,
so
we're only at half the boost as well. All right, we're ready for pool number 2. We got her set to 40 pounds this time. We got some fuel taken out of it. We also did allow the correction to pool fuel this time, just in case it is still on that rich side. Like why I was saying, the reason we don't have that off is just in case something wigs out. We don't like that air fuel sensor or something. We don't want this thing ever pulling fuel when it's actually making a pass. We just want to make sure that fuel's there for whatever reason. But for dyno's sake, we're going to open that window up just to help dial it in a little bit more. Target 40 pounds, leave the timing the same. We got another set of plugs in there so we can pull them and look at them after. So we'll run it again. All right, dyno run number 2. This is kind of fun. I like driving it.
Well, that certainly was better. It's still a little rich though.
I heard it oscillating a little bit.
Yeah.
Bam, right at 1,000.
A little bit of a boost oscillation down the low, but we'll clean that up. Should be pretty good. Whew, not bad. 1,000 horsepower, 40 pounds of boost.
That frickin' methanol, man. I don't know how you do it, Abe. That's crazy. In this little room.
It's not that bad.
He's trying to tell me they made 2,700 horsepower.
Yeah, wait till you
It's
see
only.
it. And that one got the exhaust like right next to you.
Oh my gosh.
You can't do that without a mask. I'll be like dying with a mask.
Yeah. I think I'm about ready for that gas mask.
Yep.
1,000.4 horsepower. The new turbo setup has officially broken 4 digits. All right, we got the spark plugs pulled out. They're looking great. You know, Abe has one of these freaking Pro Mod plug holders, just like Fuel Tech. So we know we're in the right place. We're reading the plugs. They look great. That was the 40 pounds, 1,000 horsepower. And now we're upping her to 55 pounds of boost. And everything else is the same.
Yeah, dab of timing, a couple of degrees, just because we were pretty low. So
Sprinkling in a little timing.
Little secret sauce.
And intake air temp was like 150, 160 on that one.
Yeah, it's like 160 out the back, so it's so far so good. Obviously, it'll be different at the track, but
Yeah,
Dyno testing,
the intake air temp at this point we can't say anything about until we actually make a full pass.
So yeah, it's ready to go.
Yep.
5 pounds of boost, little timing. What is
Yep, fresh plugs, ready to go. So, get your eyes ready, boys.
Shit.
Because
I'm tired of crying, man.
This time I'm gonna be on this side.
Yeah, I'm feeling
Okay.
like I'm outside this time.
Damn.
Bad. 1250.
1250.
Not terrible.
1250.
Oh,
I guess 1283, so not too bad.
not bad at all.
I need to get out of here. You think that's the boost maybe doing that?
This was kind of.
I kind of felt it in the car.
The boost is doing that.
on the sensors.
I could kind of feel it oscillating a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're helping out.
I'm helping you out.
Yeah.
We're getting all the old insulation off. He's getting ready to redo this room. I let off and I just see bits of it falling down.
All right, you know you're in the high horsepower club.
Yeah. Once we went over 1,000, the insulation just starts falling from the sky. Well, guys, we made the 1250 on that last one, but as you saw, we have ran into some boost control problems. This is something that has stemmed about a year ago now. We were starting to see some issues at the last couple days of World Cup last year, and we also saw it during our test sessions. We've tried multiple things just to, verify that no components or hardware are going bad, but if you look at the log right here, this is what we're fighting. You can see this oscillation in the boost. So we were targeting 55 pounds. We got 48 to 44 to 49 to 50, comes up to 58 for a second, then back down, and it's just kind of all over the place. If you look at this bottom section right here, the pink line down here is the E-gate position, and that brown line is the target. These lines are supposed to follow each other. Whatever the E-gate is trying to target, the position should follow. If you look at our earlier dyno log, you can see right here how those two lines follow each other, and then once they find the target boost, they overlap, meaning that our valve is at the target height to make the boost number we are commanding. Everything looks good right there. The boost line's nice and flat. But as we start to go up in boost for some reason, once we get up into like the 50 plus PSI range, we either have some noise somewhere, maybe there's something up with the firmware. We're not too sure because this hardware has worked perfectly for us for the last 4 years, as you guys have seen, but we got nothing following right here. I mean, the position's doing all this and the target is doing all this, and we've tried different E-gates. We had the straight gate on there. So
Tried rewiring things, tried playing with PID settings.
yeah, Wyatt took
It's got a mind of its own.
took
dude.
the signal wire straight to the ECU, like bypassed the harness. So we've been messing with it a lot. It's something we want to continue to work on, but for time's sake and with World Cup coming up, obviously this isn't going to cut it for us. So I knew that this might be a possibility, so I already went ahead and got some stuff on the way. And we are going to have to call the dyno session here because there's no point to, try to turn it up more unless we can get a handle on the boost. What I really wanted to do was get up to the same boost number that we made the 1491 at Fuel Tech and compare numbers with and without the intercooler. But just where we're at right now, we're not going to be able to crank it up that high until we get a handle on this. But she made good power. Everything sounds healthy. There was some things in the tune that we did need to address and change fuel-wise. And we still did learn quite a bit from this dyno session. But we got to get it back, get a handle on that boost control issue, and then we'll just have to do our final, you know, changes at the track and try to get some testing in leading up to World Cup. So that's what we're gonna have to call it for right now. We didn't even get to turn the freaking nitrous on, Abe.
Oh man,
Well, you're
I was waiting on that. You know what's the biggest take for me on this session?
What's that?
The KISS rule always prevail. Keep it simple, stupid on drag racing. Sometimes it's just working,
Yeah.
you know. I'm pretty sure, like, it's kind of sketchy because what about you target just let's target 60 and the thing goes freaking 75 with a big turbo like it has, but yeah, I'm pretty sure you guys gonna be straight to the track. Everything looks good on the engine. That's the main thing, you know.
Yeah.
Control.
Other than that, she's pretty
Sounds
dialed.
healthy.
that,
Everything
sounds
looks
healthy.
healthy.
Yeah, she's making
Everything's
good
happy.
power. I mean, we targeted about 55 pounds of boost. It still made 1250. I mean, it's really, I mean, we're only a couple hundred horsepower off what it has ever made on the dyno, and we're down boost because we made, we had 70 pounds of boost to make 1491, and we're at 55 and we're at 1250. I mean, we're not, the lack of intercooler is not hurting us that bad. Maybe 50 horse, we don't even know, because that other intercooler was so inefficient as it was.
Yep.
That we're basically seeing the same numbers. For now, the nitrous is an option, not a requirement. So we'll see how that one goes.
I'm gonna be the official bottle opener.
The first
If you
one.
see us at World Cup, you can come
Yeah.
crack the bottle.
Crack the bottle.
All right, well, we're gonna go ahead and get the MR2 off the dyno here and get this thing ready to go, make a couple more changes so we can get it to the track and retest.
T-minus 3 days. Running out of time.
3 days.
Man,
We got like 5 days.
5 days.
I'm taking a day
got
off
5
to go-
days.
I'm taking a day off to go to the beach. I've got 4 days. I'm on a vacation here, man.
Oh, really? Just gotta give her a couple taps. There you go. Nice. That thing sounds sick. This is Abe's car right here. Freaking billet 3 rotor in there. Probably makes a little bit more than your Corolla ever did. Maybe if we put our Corolla and Sidekick combined, we'd make a third of what this makes.
We'd make what one rotor does with this. Probably so.
That thing's sick. That's a massive turbo.
That's a 110.
110?
Yeah.
God dang.
Yeah.
Nice. That thing's sick.
Let's see if he doesn't start making his speed seals out and shit like that. Find out.
So we got the MR2 back over here at the shop, and we are going to go ahead and throw this guy on right here. So this is a 60mm Turbo Smart wastegate. This is a standard style with your, you know, top and bottom in, just standard vacuum line deal. We got a pressure sensor on the top side, and to go along with this, we have ourselves a Fuel Tech CO2 boost controller here. So this is a very simple setup. You got your line coming in from your CO2 bottle, and since the MR2 already has CO2 for the parachute, we can just tap off of that, and then you'll have a line that goes to the top of the wastegate, and then the bottom side of the wastegate just has a normal vacuum line that goes to the intake manifold, just like a regular setup would. All this is doing is adding dome pressure to the top of the gate to make more boost. So if you have like a 10 psi spring in the gate, you're not going to make any less than that spring pressure. But if you want to make 20 pounds, all you do is plumb this into the ECU and you put 10 pounds of CO2 on the top side with that 10-pound spring, and you should get about 20 psi. It's a very simple setup. The only cons are that you do have to run, you know, those vacuum lines once again, so you just got to make sure they're not near anything hot, make sure nothing melts or gets pinched off. But since we're running short on time and we don't have too much time to continue to figure out what was going on with the E-gate there, we're just going to go to this system, put her on CO2 boost controller. That should solve our problems and get us to World Cup. So we're going to go ahead, get this stuff installed, and then we can get back to the track and get this thing tested. can't break it again.
Man, don't say that, man. Hey, we got plenty of time to make passes. There's not really many people here.
Yeah, we're here at a private rental. Not many people out. We did get here a little later than I would have liked, but we still have about 3 hours to get some testing done today. We're fresh off the dyno. We're gonna go ahead and look over a couple things, see what settings we want to run for the slipper, and confirm the two-step is where we want it to be. We'll suit up, make a pass, start 60-foot testing, and then if all goes well there, you know, we might start to run it down towards the 8th mile. I don't think I'm even gonna do any 8th mile hits, even if it gets to that point. This engine I would like to keep as a backup, so the less strain I can put on it, that would be good. So I could, you know, once we get this one out, after we're done testing, I can just do some like fresh rod bearings in it. It's good to go. So we do want to run it out though, just to confirm that the boost is holding nice and level with the new CO2 boost controller setup. So we'll run through some stuff, get suited up, make some hits. We're just gonna let her warm up and do a two-step check. Got the CO2 on, we just need to make sure that the CO2 is controlling the boost, and then it comes up on boost before we go up and try to make a pass. Alright, so the two-step worked, it hit our target, the CO2 control is working, and now we're just double checking the slipper. And we got her working pretty good. You can see come off right there at 630 on the clutch pressure. And I can pretty much leave from any clutch pressure, and it's being very consistent right now. You know, we're in like a 30 PSI window of difference, and it's catching it right there in this low 600s every time.
For reference, the old setup swung like 200 PSI.
Yeah, on the other one, if I just had my foot in a slightly different position, or I didn't go all the way to the floor, it could swing 100 to 200 PSI just testing here in the pits. Yeah. So at least on the ground right here, it is showing that it is much more consistent. We have yet to confirm that on the track, because this will actually be the first time actually testing it, because the last time we were out here and it broke the trans, it didn't even activate, so we didn't even get a chance to see what it was going to do. So that's also something I want to check, is what is it going to actually translate to on the track. Right here in the pit, it's catching it at like 620, 630 very consistently with the forces of everything moving in the engine. It just acts a little bit different, so we're gonna have to see what it actually catches at on the drag strip. And there's other variables to keep in mind also. When we're in Maryland, the air is going to be a lot colder. You know, that clutch fluid is going to be a little more viscous. Also, when the engine warms up and that master cylinder's on there, the temperature of the fluid could affect how quickly or slowly it releases. And we still have a nitrous jet in there. It's still that 28 nitrous jet that Jimmy Dale gave us. So we haven't changed anything since the last time we were here. The only difference now is that it should activate and we will meet our boost target, which we also lowered dramatically, so there should be no reason why the slipper doesn't work this time. I mean, what do you think? Should I 1, 2, 3 it if it leaves?
Like, what feels good? 1, 2,
might
3.
As well. We might as, if it leaves good, I might as well 1, 2, 3 it and get through our boost ramp and make sure that our target boost on the new CO2 controller is working as well. We got her like 50 pounds out the back, so we had it on the dyno to that. We know everything's good to go up to that point, so get suited up, see what happens. Our buddy Mike's here. He gave me his mechanic light right here.
That's bright.
Have a little light for the GoPro, you know. Got my steering wheel blocks it out perfectly. But we'll go ahead, fire this thing up, see what this thing does on the launch. Alright boys, so she slipped the clutch a bit, but that's what we wanted. We didn't want to grenade the trans. Thankfully it worked this time, and with that pressure sensor being on the correct side now, you can see how much better our graph is looking. It looks a lot like our original Hitmaster setup. So we go from 1100 PSI and it drops and catches right in the mid 600s right there, and then it does slowly taper off. But looking back at the video, it definitely was slipping the clutch a little too much, and we went ahead and tightened this up a little bit. We set our target a little bit lower, and we're going to get it out there again and hopefully replicate this one more time, but with just a little less pressure on the catch, and it should grab a little bit harder and get us going a little bit faster. But a 154 60 foot is better than grenading stuff. We'll take it. So she's building boost good. Everything else is looking great. We'll try it again with a little less, like I said, and if it goes, I'll at least 1-2 it and run it hard through second gear, just so we can make sure the boost control and boost is where it needs to be, and go from there.
It was better until it wasn't.
It was better until we hit 25 mile an hour and it locked up.
Yeah.
The clutch locked up and it just kicked the tire. We either need to get, it almost needs to
Up
be
the mile an hour or slow down the release.
Yeah, we either balance of that, or if you got after it enough and the car had enough inertia to when that lockup happened, you'd also be good, you know?
Yeah. That was better though.
What did it 60
hit
foot?
the tire.
Was it in the 1.4?
He was gonna go grab the slip.
Okay.
It didn't print.
Yeah, no, it felt better. I felt it going. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna definitely take this one to, you know, top of second gear, and then
I knew it the second the clutch
right,
off.
right when I was getting ready to shift, it locked up and kicked the back tire. So,
Yep.
but
It is what it is.
it was a step in the right direction though.
Yeah.
It definitely took off harder.
Progress in the right direction for once.
So the slip didn't print on that one, but Wade went up into the tower and took a picture of it. She did a 144 to the 60 foot. So 1/10 off the 60 foot from that other one.
So it's doing better.
Yep. A 10th in the right direction.
Yep.
So we're just gonna basically do the same exact thing, take a little bit more off the target, try it again. And we also raised the
Mile per hour.
The mile an hour.
Disables the clutch.
Yeah, so it was normally completely locking up the clutch at 25 mile an hour. We raised that to 32, so the car has a little more momentum going when that locks up, so hopefully it doesn't kick the tire. But that is the moment where if it does lock up and take it, it's probably gonna try to pull a little power wheelie. So I just gotta be ready for that and hold on.
We're getting there. That had to be a bottom 1.3, if not a 1.260, but it's been a while since I've driven this thing, so maybe I forgot what it felt like. But that was a good launch.
That's a 126 60 foot.
I'll take that, boy. All right.
There we go.
520 to the 8th, not terrible. 126, damn boy, okay, not bad. Not bad at all.
Getting there.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't pretty, don't get me wrong, but it went down.
Well,
How'd that one feel, man?
that one felt pretty damn good. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I'm gonna be honest, it looked a little crazy, but
Was it not that crazy? 126.
pretty decent.
Holy shit, it went a 5.2.
Yeah.
It 120.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was riding.
That's a good short track. I mean, you went 1,345 feet, but, you know,
What do you mean?
that thing was like,
Oh, it was a little
she
squirrely,
went
yeah.
left hard, but
It was a little squirrely. Might need to make a visit back to, we're also gonna try to get back to Tavres. Maybe try to realign it before we go, because it's just been sitting for a while. 126, that's actually the best.
it's ever done on a slick.
That's the,
Pretty sure.
it might have done a 125 once, but I usually I think you're right though. Like 127 might have been the best at World
the
Cup.
gnarliest one we did was a 121 on radials.
It did a 120 on radials.
2.0s, yeah.
Yeah. 126
That's
though.
not bad, dude.
On the third hit on it.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. 5.2.
Pretty solid.
Hey, the slipper's working.
Yeah. Sounds like it needs a lot more mid-track. It sounded real lazy.
Yeah, it did. We got to check the log. I don't think it was making our target boost.
Yeah,
I don't think that was 50 pounds. That's what we needed to go our first 7, you know, back when how excited I was when we went to 5.2.
Right.
And it did it at 119.
Yeah, I was going to say, the mile an hour way low, so
119,
the
yeah.
short track was working.
I felt so defeated just 3 days ago. Transgrenaded. And it's starting to drizzle a little bit.
Now.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be our last one.
Yeah.
But honestly, we almost don't even need another one after that.
No, well, we're going to make some more changes and we'll be back before we go to World Cup.
Yep, it's starting to come down. And we still might get another test session in before we leave. But we still have another thing to add to our slipper to hopefully make it even better than this. A little bit more tunable than just relying on the single clutch pressure point to catch and hold. We're going to further add more adjustability there, which you'll see probably in the next video. How much boost you make?
40 pounds. It didn't seem like that.
Nah, I made 40 out the back. But also, we can definitely start laying in some more boost in second.
Yeah.
Look how long it takes for our ramp to finally kick on.
Oh, well, yeah, actually, that's probably why. The ramp isn't even until third. So we're going to give it a lot, like, within this here.
And we're only at 40 pounds. We need to be we're going to go for, like, probably 70. Whatever that shaft speed limit is.
And
Hang out around there. What was it?
turbo inlet temp, only 196. Shit, the old intercooler was that bad. So, yeah.
Our intake air temps, what'd you say, 196?
196. We're also still very low boost right now. It's going to get worse, but
that's still not that bad. Our other intercooler would go over 200.
At 70 pounds of boost. But
true, but
we'll see when we get there.
I told you I'm going to be shocked if it goes over 350, especially at Maryland too, when it's going to be cold.
I'll put money on it right now. I'll lock it in. It's going to be over 400 at World Cup. I'll put 50 bucks on it.
I bet intake air temp never goes over 400. Well, we're all loaded up. Things finally started to go in the right direction between the dyno and the track. Feels good after a lot of setbacks, but we still have a lot to get done. Still have engines to get together. Still have a lot of prepping to do and possibly another test day, but overall went good.
Great.
That's gonna close it off. Thanks for coming out. And we barely beat the rain. So hope you guys enjoyed. We'll see you later.